Hey guys, JT here with a quick RC update. Why I'm actually sitting up here crunching on some Girl Scout cookies. But anyway, Kyosho announced about a week ago, maybe a little bit over a week ago, about the Turbo Optima. So some of you guys that aren't familiar with this, back in the 80s, Kyosho had a series of four-wheel drive cars. They came out with the Optima, the Javelin, the Salute. And then they released the Turbo Optima, which is kind of what you guys see here. And then they had the Turbo Optima Mid, the Turbo Optima Mid SC, which was special edition. So they had a whole line of these cars. And they were doing good because they were some of the first competition like ready RC cars, Teslas that you could buy that was pretty affordable that you could actually race on a track. So basically, long story short, they've been doing re-releases, but actually when Kyosho re-releases their cars, they actually make them applicable to today's power. So for instance, excuse me, when they first released the Optima, they released it with the belt drive or a chain drive, and they put a slipper clutch in, and they made sure that it could cope with today's powers, today's power, like LiPo battery packs, brushless motors and stuff. Now, I don't know about going ballistic and trying to make it go 70, 80 miles per hour, but they made it to where the cars could handle 40, 50 miles per hour, probably pretty good without tearing it up. So you guys, if you look back at some of my videos, I did have the original Turbo Optima, and I did run it on a 2S LiPo with, I believe, a 4,000 kV motor. So it got pretty good speed and it handled pretty well, but I was concerned about really running it, like taking it off-road and stuff. So go and behold, Kyosho has released the Turbo Optima, and I'm going to scan through here. It says release date is going to be March. So you guys see here, get some of these pictures up real quick, that it does kind of stick to the original layout and design of it. They did change a couple things like the tires and wheels. It still has the gold shocks on there. Still has the big front bumper on it, which I love the Kyosho does that. But it does have a couple things I was like this gold plate that's right here on there. It's got that throughout the chassis and stuff as well. This is a rear motor car. You guys also see it as a sway bar here, which I don't think the original has that. They didn't start doing sway bar stuff until like the mid 90s, I believe. So it is rear. The motor is mounted in the rear. It's nowhere in the center, which hence comes the Turbo Optima Mid SE, or the Turbo Optima Mid, where they started mounting the motor in the middle of the chassis. So for you guys that aren't familiar with it, this is kind of the chassis layout for it. I'm kind of curious if this will also fit regular square LiPos, because this is a rounded nickel metal battery that's in here. But I'm pretty sure it'll fit a regular squared shaped 2S LiPo in here. So a rectangular shaped 2S LiPo in here. So I don't think there'll be a problem with that. I'm not too fond of this gold that's on here because it's also underneath the chassis and that's going to scrape up easy. With that, I can't remember if the original Turbo Optima had this gold on there or not. But some of you guys may know, and you can put some information down in the comments of it. See, here's all this gold plate. Now, this does come as a kit, and see, that's going to get scraped up pretty fast and easy. So if you get this, you might want to put some tape on there. So here's some more pictures of it. Of course, I'll try to leave a link in the description for it as well. And then, of course, here's all three of them here. The Optima right here was the first one to be re-released. And then you have the Javelin over here. And then, of course, the Turbo Optima. So I'm pretty sure they're going to come out with the Turbo Optima Mid. And for those of us that were fans of this in the 80s, early 90s, that couldn't get this, that always wanted it, now is our chance as adults to get it, which is a good thing. So I was thinking about getting the Optima, but it's $299 for just the kit. So of course you got to put some electronics and stuff in it. Then when they released the Javelin, I was pretty happy about that. And now they got the Turbo Optima. I'm surprised they didn't release the Salute as well, because that was based on the same chassis and platform. It's just, of course, had different bodies and stuff on it. So you'll see here, it talks about the more some of the upgrades and updates and stuff it has. So it has some of the same components as the re-released Optima does. This is kind of the slipper clutch and stuff set up for it. 48 pitch gears, which is good. The original ones had 32 pitch. I think they should have stuck at 32 pitches. It would have helped with gear ratio and power, but they were also trying to accommodate for today's brushless power, because of course brushless wasn't available back then. We had brushed motors, and we went by turns and the number of turns on the motor. For instance, you would have a 12-turn double motor, which basically meant the wire was turned around the armature 2 times on each side for it and stuff. So it's a whole thing. I may do a video talking about some of the brushed motors and stuff, but everybody's kind of going brushless, and then it's by kV rate, but that's even debatable sometimes as well as far as KB ratings goes. But anyway, you guys see the shocks here. I do like that kind of gold colors too that they have on there. And these are threaded body. That's good. So Kyosho's done some updates to this. There's where the slipper clutch is right up in there. So it's easy to adjust that as well. It's got the sway bars on it, which I believe the Optima does. And this is a unique new tread that I see on there. They say stabilizers, but stabilizer sway bars on there. So this is pretty interesting. And the wheels are also 2 inches instead of, I believe they used to be 1.9 or something like that. But anyway, guys, I wanted to show this to you guys. For you guys that are kind of vintage guys or seen this back in the day, they're re-releasing it, and now is our chance to get this bad boy, which I think is very interesting. So I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to check out more on this. It's, of course, on the Kyosho USA site that they have this information on there. So come on, Tamaya. We need y'all to step y'all's game up and re-release like that Mud Blaster, but go ahead and fix that differential, because I think that kind of sucks that you buy one of those, Monster Beat or Blackfoot, and then you guys spend another $70 on MIP differential. I'm glad MIP released that, but, you know, make it a little bit more compatible for today. Today's standards, at least. So, anyway, guys, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe. Put your comments down below. I'm curious of what you guys think about this. If you're thinking about getting one. I'm not sure the price point yet, but I'm sure it'll probably be like $349 or something. Because the Optima is $299. So, we'll see. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and look forward to the next videos coming up.